Who is Sonny Rollins? Sonny Rollins is...
He's probably the last of a breed. After him, there's not too many like Sonny Rollins.
He is the president of the tenor. He is the Colossus, most evolved, creative musicians of this century.
Sonny's music is easy at times, difficult at times, but it's all emotion and all from within.
When you play the music of Sonny Rollins, you're playing the music of a giant, of a jazz giant, of a living jazz giant. So it's wonderful.
He's just one of a kind saxophonist, musician, writer, composer, and a wonderful human being.
Sonny Rollins' music is so iconic to so many people.
The tension in the melody, the harmonic structure, it's like a master of painting on a canvas.
You know, there are many musicians that are good, but there are very few artists that encompass the entire gamut of that humanistic completion. And he is that quintessential human being.
And it's world renowned. You go anywhere in the world, Sonny Rollins' name is known.
I joined Sonny Rollins in 1959, so most of when I met Sonny, I've already forgotten because it's been years.
I initially met Sonny when I was living in San Francisco in the 1970s, and I was closely associated with his record producer, who was Orrin Keepney. One day Orrin said, Sonny's going to be in town, wants to do a record, and he'd like to audition you.
How I met Sonny Rollins was he came to the family's house in Brooklyn where I grew up.
I had played in town jamming with other musicians like Herbie Mann, and people had seen me play, but I wasn't really well known. His roadie saw me playing in a club called Sweet Basil's back in the heyday in 1973. And he said, "You're Sammy Figueroa, right?" I said, "How did you know?" "Oh, I saw you with Herbie Mann. You sounded great. Mr. Rollins wants your services." And I said, "What, me?"
But he was like my father's friend. I thought he was like my uncle.
I was asked to audition for Sonny Rollins. And a week later, I was recording his Sonny Please album. And in 2006, we ended up playing together and going on the road and traveling with Sonny.
And I go down to the studio, and I said, "Mr. Rollins," and he goes, "Oh, Sammy, oh, I'm so happy to see you." And I said, "Well, I'm very honored." And he goes, "Well, I would be even more honored if you did my album." And I said, "When?" "Now."
We played tune after tune late at night, and finally he said, "Okay, you got the gig," and then we rehearsed and recorded.
And my father used to drive his musicians to gigs, and because there was a station wagon in the family, so the guy could put the bass in the car.
The rest of the guys met him maybe 10 years ago. I started to play with him 50 years ago, so the rest I don't remember.
Most parents take their sons or daughters to baseball games or football games. My dad took me to jazz clubs, and a lot of the times it was to see Sonny Rollins. So I kind of know him like that, and once I became a saxophone player, it was without question I knew his music and studied it, and here I am today with some of the gentlemen that have performed with him for 30 years, 20 years. Bob Cranshaw, 50 since 1959. So I'm totally honored to be standing amongst these gentlemen who have thorough knowledge of his music and his spirit.
My name is Joe Corsello, and I'm a drummer.
I'm Mark Soskin. I play piano.
My name is Bob Cranshaw, and I already know, everybody knows I'm a bassist. I don't even have to say it. They already know. With Sonny Rollins for 50 years, I played bass.
My name is Eric White. I play the tenor saxophone.
I'm Sammy Figueroa. I play congas with Patanjali plays the music of Sonny Rollins.